Sundays, they're the loudest days of my life now. Not from noise. No, from the lack of it. I sit here in this old wingback, just waiting for a phone that's forgotten how to ring. 92 years. For kids, 7 grandkids, and a house so dead quiet. I can hear the clock's gears grinding, chewing up what time I got left. They used to call me Big Sal. Now, I'm just Salvatore, an old man with too many empty chairs, a table that used to groan under the weight of Sunday sauce. Now it just collects dust. Listen, friend, let me tell you something nobody warns you about. It's not the stiff joints that break you. It's the moment you realize you spent 40 years in the rat race, building a kingdom for people who have better things to do than check if you're still drawing breath. I put in 40 years at that factory, 16-hour shifts, hands split open, back ruined. I missed the baseball games, the recitals, providing, I told myself, while I scrubbed the grease off my mortar now. Paid off. For bedrooms. Nice yard. And nobody in it but me. And the memories. Last Christmas, my eldest called. Said they couldn't make the trip. Too busy, he says. The grandkids had activities. Said he'd call next week. That was 7 months ago. You think you're different. You think your bond is ironclad. I had that same gumption when I was your age. I built an empire, but I built it on shifting sand. I thought love was a bank account where I could deposit my absence and collect interest when I was gray. My wife, bless her soul, she knew. Sal, she'd say, they won't remember the house. They'll only remember if you... I didn't listen. I was too busy providing. She's been gone 12 years. Sometimes I talk to her picture just to hear a human voice in this tune. The worst part isn't the quiet. It's remembering the noise, the shouting, grandkids screaming, the kitchen smelling like hope. Now, I make sauce for one. Most days, I don't even fire up the stove. You're out there right now, aren't you? Working, chasing, telling yourself there's time for the soft stuff later. There isn't. This leather chair cost $800. I can afford a dozen more, but I can't buy a single soul to sit across from me. That's the cosmic joke, son. You think you're building a legacy, but you're just building a museum, and nobody's coming to visit. I wasn't always alone. That's the thing that haunts me most. In 1962, I was somebody. Foreman at the plant. Good money. Respect. My wife Maria would iron my shirts with such care, like I was going to meet the president, not just other working men. The American dream, they called it. Work hard, buy a house, fill it with children, watch them grow into something better than yourself. Nobody tells you the cost. I remember my daughter Sophia's 10th birthday. I missed it, working overtime for a promotion. Bought her a fancy doll the next day to make up for it. She smiled, said thank you, put on a shelf. Never played with it. Not once. That doll cost me 3 days' wages. But the real price was something I couldn't see then. My son Anthony wanted to play baseball. I was too tired to throw the ball after shifts. Later, I'd say, this weekend. But weekends became overtime. Overtime became normal. Later never came. Now Anthony lives in California. Calls twice a year. Christmas and my birthday. 10 minutes. Always has somewhere to be. You know what he told me last time? His son, my grandson, made the varsity baseball team. Pitcher. Anthony never misses a game. Most important thing in the world, he said. I wanted to scream. Where did he learn that? Not from me. The factory closed in '86. After 30 years, they handed me a watch and showed me the door. Just like that. The company I gave my life to didn't even remember my name a week later. That's when I realized I had traded my life for something that never loved me back. My children were grown by then, strangers with my last name. They visited out of duty, not desire. I could feel the clock ticking during those visits. The relief when they could finally leave. Maria tried to warn me. Sal, she'd say, a man is not his work. A man is who sits at his table. My table is empty now. If you're watching this, look around. Who's waiting for you at home? What chair are you not sitting in right now? What conversation are you missing? That promotion, that deal, that extra shift, it will never love you back. Never. You want to know the worst sound in the world? It's not crying. It's the sound of your own footsteps echoing through a house built for a family that isn't there. After Maria passed in 2014, I thought the kids would visit more. Check on the old man. I kept their rooms ready. Fresh sheets. Windows cracked open, like they'd walk in any minute. They never did. The first year, they had excuses. Jobs. Distance. By the third year, the excuses just stopped. Now, I'm not angry. That's the bitter part. I understand it. I sowed absence for 40 years. Now I'm just harvesting the crop. I have money. That's the real cosmic joke of it all. A fat pension. Savings accounts gathering dust. I could buy a fleet of cars, but I can't buy a single Saturday afternoon with my grandsons. Last Thanksgiving, I cooked a whole bird. Set the table for 5, just in case a miracle happened. I ate alone, wrapped the leftovers, and threw them in the trash a week later. I won't do that again. I tried once, offered to pay for everyone to go to Disney World. My treat, a grand family vacation. They were too busy, all of them, at the exact same time. It turns out, you can't bribe people to love you with the money you earn by ignoring them. I spent my life penny pinching for a rainy day. Well, it's pouring now, and I'm sitting on a pile of cash with no one to share an umbrella with. I talk to the walls now, to Maria's picture, to the television, anything to keep the silence from swallowing me whole. The neighbors check on me, strangers, while my own blood is too scheduled to hit a 10-digit number on a keypad. Young man, young woman, you think you have time. You think you'll build the empire now and enjoy it later. You won't. The factory I gave my youth to, it's torn down. Not even a brick left. But my children, they're out there, living, breathing, and they've learned to do it all perfectly without me. Because that's exactly what I taught them to do. I taught them that work comes first, and they were very, very good students. There's a wall in my hallway, covered in 43 frames. Family moments frozen in glass. I dust them every Tuesday. It's my only job now. The strange thing about these pictures, I'm not in most of them. Christmas mornings, school plays, graduations, Maria kept taking them anyway. So you can see what you missed, she'd say. Not with a temper, but with a quiet hope that one day I'd finally get it. I get it now. There's one photo. Anthony's high school graduation, 1978. Everyone's grinning, but there's a gap, a hollow space where I should be standing. I was in Chicago, a big contract. I thought I was being the responsible one. What a damn fool I was. You know what my children remember. It's not the house I paid off. It's not the fancy clothes or the food on the table. They remember who showed up. And more importantly, they remember who didn't. I was the ghost father, a provider who passed through their lives like a shadow in the hall. Always busy, always providing. Now they're the ghosts. And I'm the one haunting these empty rooms. Last month, my granddaughter Sophia got married. I was so excited. I actually bought a new suit, practiced standing without my cane for an hour, so I wouldn't embarrass her in the photos. The morning of the wedding, my son-in-law calls. Dad's feeling under the weather, he says. Maybe next time. There was no next time. I saw the photos on the internet later. Everyone smiling. And there was again that same gap, that same hollow space where I should have been. The cycle just keeps spinning. I take the photos down sometimes. Think about burning the lot of them. But they're all the proof I've got left that I had a family once. That I wasn't always just an old man waiting for a phone to ring. Maria, she understood it. Family isn't an achievement. It's a presence, a daily choice to just be there. It's how she'd say, a rich man with no one to share it with. He's just a caretaker of things. That's what I've become. A caretaker of things nobody wants. Photos nobody looks at. Memories nobody shares. The real tragedy isn't that I'm alone now. It's that I was alone back then, too. I just had a briefcase in my hand to distract me from the truth. I was so busy becoming someone my family would be proud of that I forgot to be someone they actually wanted to be around. Don't make my mistake, son. The promotion, it'll wait. The game, it won't. The recital, it won't. The conversation, it's gone in a heartbeat. Time only moves in one direction and doesn't give refunds. I met with my lawyer last week, updated the will. It took exactly 20 minutes to divide up everything I spent a lifetime killing myself to build. The house, the stocks, the things I thought mattered. The lawyer asked if I want to leave any personal messages. I just laughed. What could I possibly say now? Sorry I missed your childhood. Here's a check. The truth is, I already gave my children their real inheritance. I taught them that work comes first, that providing is a valid substitute for loving. I taught them you can be a good father without ever actually being in the room. They learned well, too damn well. My daughter, Lisa, she's a surgeon now. Brilliant, respected, works 80 hours a week. Her husband is the one raising those kids. She calls them on a lunch break. 5 minutes of how was school? Just like I used to do. The pattern just repeats. I'm proud of her success, and it breaks my heart at the same time. I see myself in her drive, in her absence, in the way she thinks there's going to be time later to connect. There won't be, Lisa. I tried to tell her once. She gave me that patient smile people give to old men who don't understand the modern world. It's different now, Dad, she said. I'm building something important. So was I, honey. So was I. The real inheritance isn't what's written in my will. It's written in their habits, their choices, the way they breathe. That's what parents really pass down. We don't pass down money. We pass down our ghosts. I've left my children cash they don't need, and lessons they'd be better off without. Last Christmas, my grandson sent me a store-bought card. Just signed his name at the bottom. No note, no call, just a signature. He's 12, and he's already learned that relationships can be maintained with zero effort. I wonder where the hell he learned that. The money will be spent. The house will be sold. My name will be whispered less and less until I'm just a faded photo someone has to explain to a toddler. That was your great-grandfather. What was he like? I don't know. He worked a lot. That's my legacy. Not the bank account, but the absence that taught my family that absence is normal. If you're watching this, it's not too late for you. Not yet. The inheritance you're really leaving, it isn't in your vault. It's in your calendar. It's in who gets your attention, your physical presence, your precious time. Choose wisely, friend, because the clock is ticking for all of us, and it never, ever winds back. I keep a logbook by the front door. Every visitor, every phone call, date, time, duration. Maria would have called me a crazy old coot. But numbers? Numbers don't lie. They don't soften the blow with pretty excuses. Last month's tally, 3 visitors. The plumber, Mrs. Abernathy with her Wednesday soup, and Father Thomas, checking if I'm still coming to Sunday Mass. Phone calls, 8. 5 were telemarketers. 2 were the doctor's office. 1, just 1, was my daughter Lisa, calling on my birthday. 3 minutes, 42 seconds. I time the calls now. It's pathetic, I know. But when you're starving for a human voice, you count every single crumb. I wasn't always this desperate. After Maria passed, I tried. God, I tried. Called the kids every week. Invited them for Sunday sauce. Offered to fly out to them. The answer was always a broken record. We're just so busy right now, Dad. Busy. The great American excuse. Too busy to call. Too busy to visit. Too busy to remember they even had a father still drawing breath. I was busy once too. I used that same word to kill 40 years of Sunday afternoons. The hardest part? Watching the neighbors. The Garcias next door. They have dinner together every single week. 3 generations. Laughing, arguing, being a family. Their grandfather sits at the head of that table like a king. I watch them from my window sometimes. Not proud of it, but I need to see exactly what I threw away for a paycheck. You know what I'd give for just one more family dinner? One more chance to hear the grandkids screaming in the hall. Everything. Every cent in the bank. This whole damn house. But some things, they just don't have a buy it now button. Last Father's Day, I got 3 texts. Not calls. Texts. Happy Father's Day. Like I'm just another chore on a to-do list to be checked off. I sat on the porch all day anyway, just in case a car pulled into the drive. Nobody did. The mail carrier, a kid named Mike, he saw me there. Walked up the steps instead of just using the box. Handed me the mail personally. Beautiful day, Mr. Salvatore, he said. Stood there talking about the weather for 5 minutes. That was the kindest thing anyone did for me all year. A stranger. I go to the diner on Main Street every morning now. Same booth. Same eggs. The waitress, Doreen, she knows my order. She calls me honey and touches my shoulder when she refills the coffee. It's not family, but it's the only warmth I've got left. If you think your work friends will visit you when you're 90, if you think your success will keep you warm in an empty house, if you think anything matters more than the people who share your blood, you're lying to yourself, just like I did. The log doesn't lie. The empty rooms don't lie. The silent phone, it's the loudest truth there is. I built an empire of things, but I failed to build the only thing that matters when the sun starts to set. A family that remembers they're a family. I shaved this morning, looked in the mirror a little longer than usual. Try to find that young man I used to be, the one with the dreams, the plans, the big future. Instead, I saw exactly what I've become, just an old man, waiting for the clock to run out, surrounded by everything, except the only thing that actually matters. They say your life flashes before your eyes when the end comes. Mine already has. Every lonely Sunday, every silent holiday, every phone call that never happened. I don't even blame my children anymore. Not really. I'm the one who taught them how to forget me by being the one who forgot them first. The factory I gave my youth to, it's just dust and weeds now. The money, it's sitting in accounts, cold and untouched. This house, it just echoes with the ghosts of what could have been. If you're watching this right now, listen to me. You still have time. Not much, probably less than you think, but you have some. Go home. Now. Today. Call in sick if you have to. Throw the phone in a drawer. Sit at your kitchen table and just look at the faces there. Really look at them. They aren't just people. They are your only chance at immortality. The meeting, it can wait. The deal, it'll still be there on Monday. The world, it'll keep spinning without you for an evening. But your family, they can't wait. This old man has one piece of wisdom left. One hard truth, paid for with decades of silent regret. The chair you leave empty today will be the very same one you'll sit in alone tomorrow. Choose wisely, friend, because the sun is setting for all of us, and you don't want to be left in the dark. I've spent my life learning these lessons the hard way. Now, I want to help you avoid the same stones in your pockets. I'm opening up a small inner circle, a lifetime membership for those who want to live with intention. For the first 200 of you who join us today, it's completely free for life. After that, I'm afraid it will become a paid membership. Subscribe now and join our community. Don't let this be another thing you meant to do but forgot. Share this with a friend who needs to hear this. Don't let them miss out on this journey with us. And please, tell me in the comments, which of these regrets hit you the hardest today? I'll be reading. I'll be here, watching the sunset, hoping you make better choices than I did. Take care of yourselves and each other. It's all that really matters in the end.
Disclaimer. This video is a historical documentary based on a fictionalized retelling of real events surrounding Operation Gold, the 1955 Berlin Tunnel. Please note that the visual and audio elements of the character Benedict have been created using advanced AI technology to bring this historical narrative to life. While the historical context is real, the character's dialogue is a creative dramatization for storytelling purposes. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only.